Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name's Caitlin and today we are updating this guy. This is my seasonal Pan That palette. I started doing a seasonal version of this project because I've been really struggling with Pan That palette and I think I have come to the conclusion that Pan That palette is not necessarily a project for me. I'm going to talk more about that at the end. I'm going to talk about the progress in this guy first, my thoughts, my opinions, all that good fun stuff. But before we jump into it, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. And yeah, let's just get on with the progress. So like I said, I've been working on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So little bit of backstory. I started a seasonal version of this project because I tried to work on a year-long Pan That palette earlier this year and I got 6 months into it. I made really good progress but I was just bored and I was buying loads of eyeshadow palettes because I was so bored, but then I couldn't use them because I was so committed to my Pan That palette. I beat myself up if I used anything other than the Pan That palette because I don't know, I just wanted some progress for you guys. So I ended that project and I decided why not do a seasonal Pan That palette. So every 3 months I would rotate a new palette to work on and then work on it for 3 months. However, this has not worked for me. I wanted it to work so bad and I just don't think this project is for me. I'm going to show you guys what the palette looked like last month. This is what it looked like. It had lightly been used. It hadn't been used too much, not very much at all really. There was a big dent in Electric because I love that shade. I love the shade Electric so much. I still love that shade. And if we open my palette now, this is what it's looking like now. So as you can see, there's no pans, but there are a few dips. So this guy, Rowdy, has a dip. Axis has a little bit of a dip going in it. You can see it's been used. Cube has got a little bit of a dip. I'm wearing Cube in my inner corners today. I'm wearing All Star as well today in my kind of creasy thing. Not necessarily crease, cut crease. I don't know what this look is called. So yeah, I'm using All Star and Cube today in my eye look. I'm also mixing that with the Making Mauves palette from Colourpop. But yeah, this is what it looks like today. So I'll go through the uses with you. It's not great. It isn't great progress. I've not used it that much and I'm just gonna really talk in depth about all that at the end. So Cube, which is this shade, it is a really nice kind of, it's like Lumi but pink. It's like, it looks white in the pan and then you put it in and it's like a really strong pink shimmer. I really like this shade. I used this 5 times this month. You can't really see the dip on camera, I don't think, because it is such a light shade, but I do enjoy this shade. It's really nice. Dawn is just like a lid setting shade to set your eye primer. I only used this 4 times because I was working on the same kind of shade in a different project, so I did only use this 4 times. I think if I didn't have that other shade, this would have like easy 15 uses. Easy. Destiny I used 3 times. I have like a really dark green rolled into my Pan Those eyeshadows and this blended it out really beautifully, so that was really nice to work on. Dawn I didn't use because I have the exact same shade in my Pan Those eyeshadows, so I didn't really want to take away from that. I know, don't judge me. All Star, I actually really love All Star. It looks red on camera, I think, but it's almost like this dusty, dark, reddy purple kind of shade. As I said, it is in my crease today. I used a black and then this and then a lighter shade. I really do love this shade. One of the looks that I did that I loved was Rowdy all over the lid and in the crease, blended with All Star and then Roxy. Oh my god, that was beautiful. But yeah, I did only use it 3 times. I do love it though. It is very beautiful. Mercury, I love the shade. I love this palette. It's not the palette because I know that I will reach for this organically so damn much. But Mercury, I only used it twice, but again, I loved everything. I just love these cool tones, like Rowdy blended with Mercury. Absolute, oh my god, that beautiful. And then put like Electric on the lid and then Cube in the inner corner. Boom. Oh, Beautiful. I did only use it twice, which is a bugger. Axis I used 4 times. I rolled in a lighter version of this in my This Is Fantasy project pan, and I used them together for like a lovely, like deep bluey grungy look. Oh, so beautiful. I do struggle to like pair Axis with anything else in the palette because Axis is very blue and everything else is quite green. So I do struggle with that. Axis is a little bit of a wild one. I'm not too sure what to do with, but paired with other shades from other palettes, so pretty. I have paired it with Electric before as well, and Cube. So beautiful. Okay, the second one, Roxy, which is this shade. It's like a peachy kind of colour. It's so beautiful. Oh my god. This and Fudge together are like the dynamic duo to end all neutral dynamic duos. Love it. I used it 3 times and you can see like this is a very powdery shade. There was so much kick up in the pan whenever I used this. So it doesn't look like I've used it 3 times. It looks like I've used it about 20. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but the brush strokes are just like mega. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously continue using this a lot because I just love it so much. Electric, oh my god, this is one of my favorites. Honestly, Electric, I've forgotten how much I loved Electric. So good. I did a neutral look with Fudge and Roxy and then Electric blended. I did Rowdy and Mercury with Electric. Electric is just so beautiful. Axis with Electric. Oh my god, it's the standout shade from this palette. I will die on that hill. I love it so much. And the dent in this, I'm hoping you can see the dent is huge. I only used it 4 times, but like this is the most used shade in the palette from before this project. I just love it so much. Fudge, I forgot, like I don't think I ever used Fudge before this project because it just looks like a normal like neutral brown, but honestly it's so beautiful. Like it's one of them shades, there's nothing special about it, but it's still special and I don't really understand it myself, but it is just really beautiful. I used it 3 times this month, so not much, but like it's given me like, ooh, okay. I think it's just because it's so pigmented and it's so blendable that like I just love it. So yeah, there's that. New Wave and Untamed I haven't used. If you're following my Pan Those Eyeshadows, you'll know why I haven't used New Wave. I've got the bugger of all buggers in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. It's a yellow, it's from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. It just won't die. It will not have pan in it. And I use it, and every time I use it, I'm like, today's the day, I'm gonna hit pan, and I just don't. So New Wave has been truly and utterly neglected because I've been working so much on that yellow. But anyway, Untamed has been neglected because again, I feel like it's very similar to a shade in my Pan Those Eyeshadows. I rolled in Charmed from the Colourpop Just My Luck palette. Very similar. Charmed is maybe a little bit more cool tone than this, but still. Edge, I used this once. This is a really strange shade as well because it's like, I don't even know, it's a bit like New Wave, but like if Rowdy got a little bit in it as well. I can't even describe it. It's like a muted yellow. It's like a baby sick muted yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. A baby sick muted yellow. I only used this once. I used it in, oh, it was one of my favorite looks. It was so beautiful. It was like this like green to yellow, like smoked out wing. And then I put like a really light sparkly blue on the lid. I love that look so much. And Rowdy, I love Rowdy. Like you can see there, I think the dent that Rowdy has got in it, I just love this shade so much. It's not a black, it's like a few shades lighter than a black. And it's got a little bit of maybe blue in it as well, like a bluey purple. Oh, so beautiful. And I used that 5 times this month. So this is what the palette's looking like. No pans, yeah, and we need to talk. I feel like I'm going through a breakup right now. Oh my god. I feel, first of all, my hair, can this sort itself out, please? I feel kind of embarrassed saying this because it is only the first update, but I know this isn't gonna work out. It's not you, it's me. I know, like I hoped so badly that doing it seasonally would be so much better for me. But in reality, I want to use a different palette every day. Pan those eyeshadows is a lot different because yes, you have 5 eyeshadows to work on, but you can mix and match it with any palette that you want. And that's what I love about pan those eyeshadows. Pan that palette, you're stuck with this. And yeah, like I could pick a focus shade every month, and maybe I will do that somewhere down the line. I might try again and do it more pan those eyeshadow style, because I do love doing this project. I still pull out my Soap Revolution palette from time to time and just look at it and go, I did that. I panned nearly all the shades in that palette. Go me. But like, having to use this palette every single day is just not my style. I don't know, I just really struggle with things like that. I want to be creative, I want to use new things, I want to play around with what I have, and if I carried on with pan that palette, A, I'd be miserable, B, I'd be buying so many new palettes, because even though I'm just using this, I'd be so bored and I'd be buying so many new palettes that I would never use. I did that with my Pumpkin Spice palette from Too Faced. I bought that palette, I've used it like twice because I was so committed to pan that palette that I just didn't reach for it. And I want to reach for it, I want to use my collection. So yeah, I am going to be ending the project. I'm so sorry guys, I really am. I really thought this would work for me. I just know that it's not the way to go. I should probably trial like a project for a month before I make a committed video to it. See, that's what I've learned. Oh no. I do feel like a bit of an idiot, I do, but it's just not gonna work for me. I really wanted it to, and it's just not. So thank you for all the support. Honestly, the support on this series has been so amazing. I know a lot of you have found me through this project, but don't forget I am doing, I think, 4 other projects. I'm doing my Rolling 10 project pan, I'm doing pan those eyeshadows, I'm doing This Is Fantasy, I'm doing 10 uses. I think that's it. I think there could be more, who knows. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for all the support. It has really helped, but as I said, some things just aren't to be. Have an absolutely amazing day, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.